Hey everyone, so this video is going to walk us through how to solve equations that contain radicals. And so the first step, or ultimately the goal is going to be to get your radical on one side of the equal sign and everything else on the other side. So we're going to start by moving what is least attached to the radical. So this whole piece contains the radical. So we're going to look to see, well, what's least attached, which is the 10. So I'm going to start by moving the 10. It is a positive 10. So I'm going to start by subtracting 10 on both sides. And it leaves us with negative radical 2x plus 1 equals negative 5. And so I want to still get that radical by itself. So I have to get rid of the negative that is here. The negative is attached to the radical by multiplication. It's really like a negative 1. And so I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1. And so what you're left with is radical 2x plus 1 equals 5. Okay. And so make sure your radical covers everything that should be under that radical symbol. And so now we know you use the inverse to get rid of or to undo certain things, right? And so here I'm taking the square root of 2x plus 1. And the inverse of taking the square root or the opposite is to square something, to square it. So if I square the radical 2x plus 1, remember what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. That cancels out the radical. And so it leaves us with 2x plus 1 equals 25. And so now it's easy to solve for x, right? We just use inverse operations. You subtract 1 on both sides. You get 2x equals 24. And so x will be 12. And so make sure the part that's so important here is to do your checks. And we'll see in another example why those checks are important. But just check your answers, whatever you get, check your solutions into your original equation. And so I'm going to substitute in for x the 12. So I have 10 minus the square root of 25. And so I end up with 10 minus 5. And so 5 equals 5. So this works. So my solution works.